Alright, so this weekend has come and gone, and surprisingly, 2025 took a good stab at this weekend. Two movies, let's get into it. Real quick, if you like my content, be sure to give me a follow on here and give me a on TikTok, and give me a like and subscribe on YouTube. Even though this probably won't be getting views on YouTube. Alright, the first movie I watched this weekend, I finally got to see Captain America Brave New World. And it is a good movie. I will say that. The acting is incredible. The action scenes really work. It does feel like a watered down version of Captain America Winter Soldier. I'm not going to get into the controversy of a certain character because that's not what I do on my page. However, I will say this movie was not deserving of all the negative reviews it got, or mostly. The connections between Sam Wilson and Joaquin Torres were phenomenal. Harrison Ford proved that he should be in more of these as Ross. He killed it. And as for the leader, yeah, he was a pretty cool villain in here. Overall, again, there's quite a bit of boring, but that does play into the fact that it is still essentially Winter Soldier, but less exciting. Honestly, the Captain America movies really work because of that watered down stuff, because of the exposition dumps. But even so, this is probably the second weakest of the Captain America movies. The first one is still the weakest, but it is still good. Overall, I think my score may change after a rewatch, but as it stands right now, I give it a 6.5 out of 10. And I highly recommend you check this movie out. Because, well, it's a good MCU movie. Now, the other movie that I watched tonight, I was not expecting. The Lifeless. Essentially, the movie follows Alex, who, after learning that her mom died and gave her siblings and her spouse's inheritance, learns that she's been given a year to complete a list that she worked on when she was a kid or younger. And one of those is find true love. The rest aren't that essential to the story's plot, but I would say the rest of the list is more interesting. The list part and the family part of the story are more interesting than the romance. I'm not saying that her and the one she gets with are not bad for each other. Trust me, the chemistry there is incredible. However, this movie felt like two separate films. The List and The Romance. And of the two, I found myself more interested in seeing Alex try to complete the list and learn more about her mother. The romance just felt very cliche, which normally wouldn't be a problem except for the fact that Alex is a very interesting character when she's not spending time with a partner. Frankly, it is a very standard romance film clashing with a very interesting coming of grief film. But overall, it is still a very well-made movie. The acting is incredible. The writing, even when the romance is coming off as cliche, feels very natural. And frankly, it's one of the better romance films I've seen in the past couple years. But it's still nowhere near the top of the list. I give it a 7 out of 10 solely because, again, the two stories, the list and the romance, clash so heavily. As you can see right down there, it is on Netflix. So I recommend you check it out because it is still a well-handled movie. Yeah, go watch The Life List. You will find yourself moved. Alright, so those are my two movies. And before I sign off, I actually got a surprise. After this week, I have a total of 9, count them, 9 days off. Yeah, I got paid vacation coming up. So, for those 9 days, I will be doing a review of each movie I watch separately, post them on here, on TikTok, and then put them all together in one video on YouTube. And I will be promoting that on YouTube. I'm not saying the right app, I don't give a shit. But keep an eye out for each of those reviews. And if you want to see a total of a compilation of all my reviews come the end of that week off, go check it all out on YouTube. Deadly Destruct over there too. So yeah, 2 movies from this year or this weekend. 9 movies or 9 videos coming next weekend. Coming next week. Keep an eye out for those. And as always, y'all stay interesting.